Hello YouTube, you're watching pokemoncardtv. Today for a video I thought I'd show you all my Charizard collection. To be honest with you, I've only really recently actually been collecting specifically Charizard cards, and that's mainly down to the fact that I'm now collecting PSA graded cards. So I'm trying to get every single card in PSA. I've actually got most of the big hitters, which I'll show you at the end of the video. So we will kick off. I've got quite a few Charizard cards that I've picked up. Even if Charizard isn't your favourite Pokemon, it's always has such an impact being on a card. It's always the most popular choice for collectors. So first up, I'm sure you're familiar with this. It's the base set. Such a fucking awesome card. Say the original one best. It's still one of my favourite cards to this day. Absolutely awesome. As a kid, man, 13 years ago, the impact, someone having one of these cards had was unreal. Everyone was trying to get their hands on it. Unbelievable. I actually got two of the base set. If you can see, it may not be immediately obvious, but the one on the left is a lot darker than the one on the right. I don't think that's down to, maybe a bit of sunlight bleaching or what. I don't know how clearly you can really see. I don't think you can really. But all the red just down here is a lot darker on the body of the card. So yeah, it just shows that the actual print runs themselves weren't quite flawless, if you know what I mean. Still, amazing card. Next up, got a legendary collection. I think it was any excuse for Pokemon really to print the original Charizard again, if I'm honest with you. Such a sweet looking card. Such a sweet looking card. This one's not mint actually, it's got a load of silvering up on the top, so I need to get my hands on some mint versions of that card. Next up is Dark Charizard. I do really love this card actually, but to be honest, from the set Here Comes Team Rocket, there wasn't really a lot that was really appealing. You had Dark Charizard and Dark Blastoise, and that was it really, well, for me at least anyway. Dark Alakazam didn't really interest me too much, Dark Arbok not really, so you only really had these two that I was really bothered by getting my hands on. It's not the shiniest of cards though. Still, it's pretty sweet. Next up, Blaine's Charizard. I love this card. My favourite sets really are the Neo series and the Gym series. So, absolutely love this card. This one here is actually the error. I don't think you'll be able to see because this camera's fucking shit. That it describes fighting energy in the actual body of the attack. There was a very limited print run of the corrected version, but I haven't got it, sadly. Be nice to pick that up in a PSA 9 or PSA 10. Anyone's got it out there, hit me up. But yeah, such a sweet looking card. Lots of shine on that one, just at the edge of the flame. That's what we do. So this is the Japanese promo. I think it was from like a Neo folder. It's not actually too rare, to be honest with you. If you ever look online, you can normally find it fairly easily. It is a pretty sweet card. Very, very shiny. Look at that part of the card at the bottom. So much shine. I'd love to know what the name of the attack is actually. I'm sure someone's translated it online, because there was only this was only in Japanese and in reverse. So, but yeah, it's a sweet looking card. Need to get this PSA graded as well. I could do this particular card actually, because I think it's literally 100%. So hopefully it'd be a 9 or a 10. Next up, Secret Wonders Charizard in reverse. I actually opened a booster box of this before I started the channel, and sadly didn't pull this in normal, but I did get it in reverse. Not in love with the actual, what you call it, animation. Digitalised, done on computer, really isn't for me, to be fair. No one will ever beat, was it Ken Sugimori? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. He did most of the original cards. I'm sure it was Ken Sugimori, actually. Let me just check. Yeah, illustrated by Ken Sugimori. Actually, the original Charizard, though, was Mitsushino Arita. I thought Ken Sugimori did literally every single base card. There you go, I learned something today, even if you guys didn't. Next up, Charizard G. I don't know who that bloke is. I think this is a Platinum series. Fairly sweet card. I've actually never seen this in reverse, I don't think, before, so it may not be too common. It's quite a cool card, I suppose. Nothing amazingly special for Charizard. But yeah, nice to have. Next up, I've got... Again, this is another... pretty sure this is a Platinum series. Charizard. It's pretty sweet. I've got it in reverse and standard. It's quite a bit of shine actually on the standard, which is always nice. Got this as well actually in the Shard promo. So yeah, I've covered all bases with this card. I got it in normal, reverse and the promo Shard form, so that's pretty sweet to have. Next up, I think this was EX Power Keepers. This one's here is a pretty sweet card as well. Did come across one of these in PSA that someone offered me and it was reasonable, but I'm fucking skint. Cannot spend any money on cards for a while. I actually need to get a new camera as well. This thing that I'm using was like 230 quid, but it's a digital camera, not just you know, a video recorder, a video camera. So it's not too great, so we'll have to invest over Christmas, I'm sure. Next up, this is actually one of my favourite Charizard cards out of all the non-really special ones, if you know what I mean, like the Shining and the Gold Stars. Out of the standard Charizard Holos, this is definitely one of my favourites. The Delta species. That is pretty sweet. I don't know how well you can see it actually. I hope it's focused. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I have got two of these actually, so I might send one of them off to get graded, as one is basically flawless. So it'd be nice to add to the graded collection. Next up, Charizard G Level X. This is the promo, came with a tin about 4 or 5 years ago. Still really popular actually. Yeah, loads of people seem to want to get their hands on the promo. I can imagine the tins were, you know, flying off the shelves in the Charizard, but I think they also came with a Mewtwo choice, so I suppose Mewtwo's pretty popular as well. He's certainly one of my top cards, so yeah. So if I sound a little rough, it's cracking on now. It's like 1:30 in the morning, and I went for a 5-mile walk earlier and a little bit of a jog, so a little bit tired. Next up is Charizard G Level X. This is the actual card you pull. Does look absolutely awesome. The flames coming off the card. Again, I don't know where that chap is. I think he's the same bloke from... Yeah, he's the same bloke from Charizard G. I suppose it makes sense. Must be the same set actually. Yeah, it is. I've got this one twice actually, so I may consider trading one. Same for the Delta species, so if anyone is interested, just send me a private message and tell me what you got. Next up, I absolutely love this card. Absolutely love it. Really do. I can't remember what set it's from. I don't know, it wouldn't be like Ruby and Sapphire, I think it's before that. But I think it's after like Sandstorm and stuff like that. I can't remember. Really can't, but I do love this card. You don't see tons of them actually. I think this card's in pretty much flawless condition. I've had it for a while, so maybe I'd consider getting this one sent off if I couldn't find one already graded PSA 10 or 9 I suppose, but we'll aim for 10s. This is the reprint. I think it was from Stormfront. Yeah, it was. I think it's Stormfront. The reprint Charizard. I think it's awesome. The only thing, when they reprinted like the Electabuzz and the Hitmonchan, it was pretty much a like for like reprint, but in this one he's definitely standing. And in the original like base set card, he looks like he's kind of in like mid-air. Like the wings are out and he's like flying because there's no floor, whereas you can clearly see like a shadow and flooring on this one. So I've never really thought of this as a like for like, whereas like the Hitmonchan and Electabuzz were, you were an obvious like for like, but it's still one of my favourite Charizards. It's fucking awesome. Next up, this is one of the secret Charizards. Can't remember what set. Really can't. I'm pretty crap with sets actually. After the first few, because I did get out of Pokemon for like 8 years, I didn't really pay any attention to it until I found my old cards and they were mashed. Absolutely ruined. I was like, I'm gonna get them all back. I had like first edition Neo Lugia, even way back when I had a first edition base set Charizard and Blastoise. I had some absolutely fucking awesome cards. And they got absolutely mashed. That's an awesome looking card though. You kind of got to look at the picture from that kind of an angle. Yes. Next up, this is where we got some of the big hitters coming out. Got a Crystal Charizard. I actually pulled this very card. God, I don't know. I wouldn't even like to think. What was it, 12 years ago at least? Yeah, I pulled this card, and it was with all the other cards that got mashed, but it was in a like. It wasn't a penny sleeve, but it was a thicker, clear sleeve, so it actually kind of survived pretty much mint apart. There's no scratches on the card whatsoever, but there's like lift on the foil just on the left. I think it was quite common for these series, as people would have them in a pile and like flick through with their thumb, and I think just cause a bit of lift. Because I had a Mewtwo EX as well, like the same style of card that had exactly the same thing. So yeah, it's a shame because it's been fairly well looked after actually. So I had this one for absolutely ages. I know it's ridiculously popular. So many people have asked me if I'd consider trading it, and ideally I wouldn't, but obviously if it was amazing I'd let it go. Next up, Shining Charizard. Well, just one of my favourite cards of all time. Never managed to get one of these when I collected the first time. Never managed to get my hand on it, so I am really pleased that I've got one now. Really pleased. As you can tell, this is fucking awesome. One of my favourite Charizards of all time. The next up has been a real pain in my arse actually getting hold of a graded or a mint. I know there's very few graded in English. Charizard Gold Star. This one's Japanese. it is absolutely immaculate, so there's a good chance I'll be sending this off to get graded. Amazing looking card, absolutely amazing. Definitely in my top 3 Charizard cards of all time. Attack of 150. Oh yeah. Absolute bad card. If anyone's got this in, well, if anyone's got any Charizard Gold Stars to trade, hit me up. I really need them, desperately. Okay, next up is the big boy, Charizard EX. The card that everybody wants. Everyone wanted. The main Charizard. It's fucking amazing. Yeah, you can see that yourself. I'm actually fortunate enough to have not one of these, not just 2, not just 3, and not just 4. This one's actually in Japanese, with so much more shine. I'm not sure if you can see. I'm going to have to speed up the video now. I'm actually running out of time. I've got about another minute and a half. But so much more shine on the Japanese than what there is on the English card. It's crazy. But yeah, there's not just 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. I'm also lucky enough to have one in PSA graded Gem Mint 10. And there's 23 of these in the world, so I'm really, really fortunate. Those of you who don't know, PSA are a graded company. They will grade the condition of your card. And some cards come out of a pack, get sent straight to PSA and come back as an 8 or a 9, so it's very difficult to get a PSA graded Gem Mint 10. Next up, the Gem Mint 10 Dark Charizard, first edition. There's like 14 or 12 of these in the world. Pretty awesome. Got a Crystal Charizard in reverse, Gem Mint 10. I'm sure you can appreciate that a Gem Mint 10 in reverse is very difficult to get with so much of the surface it can easily be scratched. A Shining Charizard from the Neo series in Gem Mint 10. Absolutely love this card. So to get that in Gem Mint 10. Very lucky. And one of my favourite cards of all time is a Shadowless PSA 9 graded Charizard from the base set. I'm really pleased with that. This is the most recent addition to the Charizard collection for me, so yeah, I'm super pleased to get my hand of this. Shadowless just means there's no border. It was the very early print run. Anyway guys, look, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely click that subscribe button and PM me with any questions or trades.